Welcome to NCRT Made Easy.
In the last videos, we were able to cover the topics individual variation, which included three topics, and now we'll be going to culture and intelligence. Culture and intelligence. This is really important. Not that important though. The most important part over here is the difference between Western intelligence and Indian intelligence. So, a major characteristic of intelligence is that it helps individuals to adapt to the environment. The cultural environment provides a context for intelligence to develop. What's this important point here? The cultural environment provides context for intelligence to develop. Important point. So there's this Russian psychologist named Vygotsky argued that he said, culture provides social context, in which people live, grow, and understand the world. Around them. For example, in less technologically developed societies, social and emotional skills in relating to people are valued, while in technologically advanced societies, personal achievements founded on abilities of reasoning and judgment is considered to represent intelligence. We know that culture is a collective system of customs, beliefs, attitudes, achievements in art, literature, etc. A person's intelligence is likely to be tuned by these cultural parameters. Many theorists regard intelligence as attributes specific to the person without the cultural background, but some others believe culture definitely plays a big role. Sternberg's notion of practical intelligence. Practical intelligence implies that intelligence is product of culture. Vygotsky also believed that cultures, like individuals, have a life of their own. They grow and change, and in the process specify what will be the end product of successful intellectual development. According to him, while elementary mental functions like crying, attending to mother's voice, sensitivity to smell, walking, running, etc., are universal, but the manner in which the higher mental functions, such as problem solving and thinking, operate are largely culture produced. So, what do you think? Primary mental abilities were universal. Higher order problem solving were largely culture produced. Largely culture based. Then technologically advanced societies adopt child rearing practices. Technologically advanced societies believe on generalization, abstraction, speed, minimal moves, mental manipulation. They believe technological intelligence. And okay, so here is the main point that comes. Western cultures or technologically advanced cultures believe in generalization and abstraction. Speed of doing things, minimal moves, least moves that you can make to get to the goal. Work smarter, not harder, remember? and mental manipulation. Mental manipulation. They are called technological intelligence. Technological intelligence. Very important to remember. Western cultures are technologically intelligent. In these societies, persons are well versed in skills of attention, observation, analysis, performance, speed, achievement, erudition, etc. But this is not so valued in Asian and African societies. First of all, attention, observation, analysis, performance, speed, achievement. So there might be a question on differentiating Western and Indian notion of intelligence. This point comes. So Indian, not just Indian, Asian and African comes in that as well. So Asian and African. Under this comes this value. The qualities and skills regarded as intelligent actions in non-Western cultures are sharply different, though the boundaries are gradually vanishing under influence of Western cultures. In addition to cognitive competence, that is very specific to the individual, they look for skills to relate to others. Look for skills to relate to others in society. Others in society. Some non-Western societies value self-reflection. So they include
Self-reflection and collectivistic
orientation. This is important to remember, collectivistic orientation as opposed to personal achievement. So here it is personal achievement and okay, very important point. Collectivistic orientation is for Asian and African, and for them it is individualistic orientation. So there is two differences, by the way. Technological intelligence and there is individualistic orientation. These two differences. And then intelligence in Indian tradition specifically. Contrary to technological intelligence, intelligence on Indian tradition can be as integral intelligence. I said technologically intelligent is for Western, individualistic orientation is for Western. Similarly, on this side, integral intelligence is for Asian, African, Indian. Collectivistic is for Asian, African, and Indian. This gives emphasis on connectivity with social world and world environment. As we've already seen here, Indian thinkers view intelligence from holistic perspective, where equal attention is paid to cognitive and non-cognitive processes, as well as their integration. So they have this word called buddhi. We know this word buddhi, which means intelligence. It's far more persuasive than the Western concept of intelligence. According to J.P. Das, buddhi means skills of mental effort, determined action, feelings and opinions, along with cognitive competence. Those are not the things we need to write, but you can write buddhi is knowledge of one's own self based on conscience, will, desire, etc. Thus, its notion is more effective and motivational component besides the stronger cognitive component. More effective. So it's more effective because it has cognitive component along with motivational component. Unlike Western views, which primarily focuses on cognitive parameters. So only on cognitive parameters, cognitive parameters only. While this one is not just cognitive parameters. Not only cognitive. Okay. Now there are particular features in intelligence in Indian tradition. There are 3 points. This includes 3 competencies. Quickly go through these. You can add these as the points because it will guarantee your marks. First, in Indian cognitive parameters, besides cognitive parameters, they have 3 capacities: cognitive capacity, social competence, and emotional competence. These 3 are valued besides cognitive competence. What is cognitive competence? Sensitivity to context, understanding, discrimination, problem solving, communication. Social competence, which includes respect for social order, commitment to elder, young, needy, etc. Emotional competence is self-regulation, self-monitoring, honesty, politeness, etc. So these are all for the competencies specific to Indian tradition. And that is it that we'll be seeing in this video. In the next video, we'll be seeing about EQ and special abilities. See you there.